Hello and welcome back to the Azure DevOps course. In this lecture, we will start giving the custom security group we created, the Azure DevOps course group. We will start giving it a custom permissions depending on scenarios that we will create. So for example, I want all the users in this group to have the permissions to run the pipeline and stop a pipeline, but it can't create or delete or edit anything. So to do this, we will go here in the more actions and manage security and type our group name. Its name is Easy DevOps course, this group, and start giving our security group the permissions we need. Here we don't want it to create build pipeline, so we'll give it deny. Can't delete, so we'll give it deny. Can't delete or destroy anything, can't edit. We want it only to queue the build, to start a build, and to stop build. So now we can close and see the permissions in action. So I will turn it back to the user Osama that is in our custom security group, Azure DevOps security group. And now if I refresh, he can't create pipeline. He can't edit a pipeline. But if we try to run, for example, the basic pipeline, if we try to run, he can run pipeline. So he can run pipeline and stop pipeline. If I try to stop the pipeline, I can cancel it. So now we have given the security group the least privilege we want. We wanted this group to only start pipeline and stop pipelines. He can't create, he can't edit, he can't delete anything. So that's what we have done. So that is for the pipelines permissions. So now let's go to the release pipelines permissions. I will turn back to the main user, the administrator, and I click on the releases. Here the permissions of the releases is for each release. We give the permissions for each release. So for example, we want our security group to have a permissions to create a new release for this release pipeline, the AKS release. So I will click here in the security and search for our group, Azure DevOps course group. Here we are giving permissions for this specific release pipeline, the AKS release pipeline, permissions for AKS release. So now I want our security group to only have the permissions to create releases from this release pipeline. It can't delete releases, it can't edit the release pipeline, it can't edit the release stage, it can't give release permissions. So now we want our custom security group users to only have the permissions to create releases, to give it this permission. So if I return back to releases here and try to create a release of AKS, you can create a new release. But if I try to create a release for another release pipelines that I don't have permissions for, like here for the container app release, we don't have the permissions to create releases for this release pipeline. If I click here, I can see the create release tab. So I can't create any releases from this release pipelines or the others release pipelines because I don't have the permissions. So from the start, I can't see the create release tab. I can't see it here because I don't have the permissions. But for the AKS release, I can create release. Okay, that's for the release pipeline. After talking about the permissions of pipelines and release pipelines, let's go for the library variable group. So now I want our custom security group, Azure DevOps course security group, to have permissions to only use the variable group. It can't delete the variable group. It can't edit the variable group. If I click here in the security, I will add now our group and give it the role. We have 4 roles: reader, creator, user, administrator. Creator can create variable groups but can't edit the old ones. The administrator can create, can delete, can edit anything. The user can't create variable groups. He can only view and use it. The reader only view, it can't create variable groups. So I will give our custom security group the role user to use the variable groups. I will click add. Now I can only use and view the variable groups. I can't edit or create. If I return back in the variable groups and try, for example, to delete this variable group, I don't have the permission. If I try to edit anything like here and save, I don't have the permission. So I can only read the variable groups and use them by this permission. So that's the end of this lecture. We have explained the different permissions for the pipeline and for the releases and for the variable groups, and make a demo to give permissions for our custom security group so we can apply the least privilege concept. So I hope you enjoy it and see you in the next lecture.